When you born?
When I born?
When is your birthday?
I born no, 8th of November.
8th of November. So you're going to be 105 on the 8th of November this year. You could remember anything, tell me anything about your life? Remember anything about your life? Like what you used to do when you were younger and so on? Tell me something about your life, like, you know. Can't remember. What sort of work you used to do? What sort of work you used to do when you used to work?
Oh, I do all sorts of work. I work all about. I work on the I can't remember.
They used to farm?
Yes. They used to farm. But,
which was expected. So your patients and so on, they expected you to do it.
And sometimes you even have to act in the capacity of a midwife or medics and so on, because in these remote areas, what can you do? I can remember one time a patient, she was hypertensive and diabetic, and I was called at, it was just getting dark. I was called to go there. That's when I did the operation. It was high. I stayed with them. She took her medication. I stayed with them. But her speech was kind of slow. And I stayed with them. I came home close to midnight. And very early the next morning, I was planning to leave, but before I left, I was called. And when I got there, she was not conscious, and she was kind of making sounds and so on. The neighbors, they were there, and they said, her pressure sure high and sugar high and so on. I had to send my son to borrow the machine that she went to send.
You didn't have one?
And they insisted, give her medication, sugar, sure high and whatnot. I said, no, you need to do it because we can't tell, we can't assume things, right? We need to do it. And so we did it, and then the sugar was very low. She couldn't swallow or anything high. I said, Lord, show me what to do now. I took a spoon and used it as a spatula to press it down. And I made some sweet sugar water. Sweet. Put some beans and try to push it as far as I can to get it downward through. That's what wasn't going first. And afterwards, yes, it started going. And then I gave her as much as I could at the same time. They said, well, actually the relatives gave up. They said, well, she's dying because she wasn't conscious or anything. And she was sickly at that time, right? So they asked me, I said, well, as long as she's breathing, there is life. And as long as there is life, there is hope. So we made an arrangement and we started. About halfway down the road, she couldn't hear her business. She looked up and she said, this is me. And I started to tell her. And she said, don't carry me to hospital. She closed back her eyes. You know, when we got to New Amsterdam, she walked out with the assistant of my living at the house.
And she went to the hospital.
Yes, we took her to the hospital. Despite she didn't want it. We took her to the hospital, but I mean,
She
how
was
things happen.
unconscious and then
How things happen to her. I worked, had times like I went to work, did what I had to do at the health center. It was myself and one at the time. And left from there, went down to a patient that couldn't do anything for herself, had to bathe her and so on, wash out her bare linens and so on.
She had any relatives?
Well, only her husband, and he was kind of awkward. He wasn't managing it. So every day I did that on a daily basis until when he was able, and it wasn't that close to the health center. I remember days going till to Murukupi, and I have a phobia for the water. I'm afraid. Born and grow in this river.
I'm still afraid of the water.
And for reasons, I never like going anywhere alone. I'm always scared. Somebody has to get to go with me.
So how did you get to go to Murukupi? Oh, okay. She told you.
And other people, I would take it from asking whoever's about. Twice a week. Yes, badly. We had the James family. They were very sick. They were at home. It was difficult. And sometimes you go and rest a little bit and you start again. It was hard.
You never had an engine?
Yeah. An engine. When as a health worker, you know, you would do things, but I couldn't, at that time I had no engine, but I couldn't afford to go to work every day with the engine because it was too costly. So I went far distances, like when I first started to work. After working for a few years, I used to go to Samuel's, to outreach organization alone. I worked at Samuel's with Medics Johnson sometimes. After a number of years, we were organized and with him. Worked at Kimia Ibini until we really, till we really.
And simultaneously work here too?
Work here, yes, and I had a day for outreach, once a week, and I worked, and I went by that time from Kenya. She was trained, and I collected her, and we went to work. Drive back from there night. Imagine visiting patients during the night before leaving because we hadn't any network. So we worked in, I think it was the mission house at that time. Because we used to work, and it was hectic, but rewarding because this thing wasn't about money. You know, I feel just committed to what I'm supposed to do. Even the religion can't do that. If I know that I'm supposed to do something, I'm doing it. I always try to get to work early, on time. I always try to get my reports in on time. And you know, transportation is our problem this way. But when I can't get transportation, I'll call it in on the phone, make sure that
it's there.
It's on time.
And there was a time when you worked from home, because you didn't have health center.
The very first few years, we are waiting for right here.
Because you didn't have the official health center.
It's sometime 94, 95 years old.
The very first one.
Same one.
Same one is still there.
you have the patience to it. But
You delivered many of the children in the day.
yes. I can remember one time I was here. I was using it right, but she wasn't there. And I came from Bini. They stopped by me. And they said they were going to New Amsterdam, but they stopped for some pain tablet. And it was the father and the daughter going to New Amsterdam. She was in labor.
Oh.
So when I looked at her and I questioned her, I realized that she was about to deliver. I said, darling, you can't go any farther than this.
I guess they knew that already, so.
I guess so. And I brought her upstairs and I said, Carol, do you believe in God? She said, yes. I said, yeah, it's you, me, and God. And I prayed and I said, let's do it. I said, I want you to go and everything will be alright. You will be afraid. I said, and I sent the driver to come. Nani at the same time as and the traditional midwife.
Oh, where who that person? Okay.
So by the time she came, she was good. By the time she came, he was alright, resting, and I was resting. So it happened.
So like how many you would say you were forced to deliver?
I never sit and count, but I know the very first person that I cannot remember really if Onai is older than Kevin, but I'm not Kevin, I delivered alone.
It's Kevin.
And it was a little after